200-pound prehistoric bird, armed with razor-sharp claws, capable of disemboweling a lion with a single strike, and standing in its way, just inches away, is a creature no larger than a small house dog. This is not a foolish mistake. This is a highly calculated hunt. Out here, on the unforgiving African savannah, hunger is the ultimate law. For Kira, a mother honey badger, returning to her den empty-handed is simply not an option. She does not have the luxury of fear. Hidden beneath the scorching sun lies a treasure trove of protein and fat. An ostrich nest. But claiming this prize means stepping into a deadly dance with one of the most formidable defenders in the animal kingdom. Kira doesn't charge in with reckless abandon. She calculates the risks. She provokes her prey. She deliberately steps into the danger zone, triggering the ostrich's defensive strikes to map out her enemy's reflexes. The air cracks as a massive, scaly leg swings downward, missing the honey badger's skull by a fraction of an inch. A single direct hit would shatter her spine instantly. Yet, she dances on the edge of destruction. She retreats, only to dart forward again, like an arrow, forcing the giant bird to constantly shift its massive frame, until it exposes a fatal gap in its defense. Capitalizing on that split second, Kira lunges. She locks her jaws onto a massive egg and attempts to drag it away with all her might. But the savannah offers no easy victories, and the mother ostrich is relentless in her pursuit. A devastating heavyweight kick finally connects, sending Kira tumbling violently across the baked earth. The dust billows. Most predators would concede defeat and limp away to nurse their shattered ribs. But the honey badger is built differently. Her incredibly thick, rubbery skin and loose connective tissue act as nature's ultimate shock absorbers. She shakes off a blow that would cripple a hyena and instantly gets back on her feet, entirely unfazed. Adaptability is this creature's ultimate weapon. Realizing the direct assault is flawed, she changes her hunting strategy instantly. Kira initiates a high-stakes game of deception, luring the massive bird further away from the nest by playing the role of vulnerable, fleeing prey. The moment the blood-drunk ostrich commits to the chase, Kira circles back with astonishing speed. The giant bird's momentary misjudgment comes at a heavy price. The prize is secured. But claiming the egg is only half the battle. Back at the edge of her burrow, Kira faces a shell nearly 2 millimeters thick, engineered to withstand the crushing weight of an incubating giant. She bites, she scratches, she relentlessly rolls the massive egg against sharp rocks. It is a grueling display of pure, unadulterated persistence. Finally, the tough shell surrenders. The rich, golden yolk spills out, delivering vital, life-saving energy for her and her starving cubs. A hard-fought victory, but in this brutal ecosystem, one meal only buys a few days of peace. The survival clock immediately resets. The next day, a new scent rides the dry wind, the unmistakable, sweet aroma of raw, wild honey. But this treasure is locked inside a fortress guarded by thousands of venomous soldiers, an active, highly aggressive African honeybee colony. For almost any other creature, this deafening buzz is nature's ultimate death siren. For Kira, it is a dinner bell. The craving for this explosive energy source courses through her blood like an addiction, and she is willing to pay the ultimate price in venom and pain. The moment she tears into the hive's outer shell, an uprising erupts. Thousands of enraged bees swarm her body, targeting her eyes, her nose, and her ears. The bone-deep agony of these stings would drive a leopard mad, but Kira tightly shuts her tiny ears, hidden beneath her coarse fur, and relies on her uniquely thick, rubbery hide to deflect the venomous needles. She completely ignores the burning pain, chewing at her flesh, gorging herself on the rich honey and nutritious bee larvae, packing in the massive calories she desperately needs to keep her bloodline alive. However, the violent raid on the hive draws uninvited guests. The noise and the overwhelming scent of broken honeycomb drift across the scrubland, hitting the highly sensitive noses of a baboon troop. Opportunistic, aggressive, and highly intelligent, the primates descend upon the battlefield, determined to hijack Kira's hard-earned prize. They vastly outnumber her. They shriek, bare their horrifying canine teeth, and coordinate their strikes to snatch the honeycomb while trying to dodge the badger's lethal claws. Kira spins, snarls, and snaps, violently defending her kill against the encroaching mob. The chaos reaches a fever pitch, and then the air goes dead silent. The baboons suddenly scatter in sheer terror. From the tall, golden grass, a nightmare emerges. A massive, heavily scarred male lion, the undisputed apex predator of the savannah, has been drawn by the noise and the chaotic scent of blood and honey. With terrifying speed, the lion lunges, his massive jaws snapping shut around one of the fleeing baboons. The sheer, raw power of the giant cat is absolute. This is the moment where every living creature within a mile radius freezes or runs for its life. But Kira is not every living creature. Already pumped full of adrenaline and enraged by the attempted theft of her food, she makes a decision that defies all rules of survival. Instead of slipping away into the brush, the mother honey badger whips around and charges the lion. She unleashes a dry, demonic growl, hurling her 30-pound body directly at the 500-pound king of the beasts. The lion, momentarily stunned by the sheer audacity of this tiny creature, swats her away with a crushing blow. Kira goes flying, slamming hard into the dirt. But before the dust can even settle, she is back on her feet, charging again, aiming straight for the lion's most sensitive areas. She bites, she claws, she absolutely refuses to back down. The lion becomes confused and increasingly frustrated. He has the power to crush her, but the badger's loose, baggy skin makes it impossible for him to land a clean, fatal bite to her neck. Kira twists inside her own skin, fighting back with a savage ferocity that is entirely disproportionate to her size. Does the math. In the unforgiving wild, even a minor injury, a small bite to the nose or a scratched eye can lead to infection, starvation, and certain death. A meal that fights back this hard simply isn't worth the risk. With a low, frustrated rumble, the lion turns his back, dragging his baboon kill into the shadows, leaving the tiny, ferocious warrior standing alone, victorious in the dust. Kira shakes the dirt from her coat, grooms her rumpled fur, and gathers the last remnants of her honeycomb. She turns away from the retreating lion and waddles steadily homeward. The sun begins its slow descent, casting long golden shadows across the dying grass. Today, she outsmarted a giant bird, endured the wrath of 1,000 bees, fought off a violent primate gang, and forced a male lion into a retreat. She is not the fastest runner. She is not the heaviest hitter. She possesses no venom and wears no iron armor. But the honey badger owns a weapon far more dangerous than all of those combined, an absolutely unbreakable will to survive. As long as her cubs are safe and their bellies are full, the pain, the exhaustion, and the near-death encounters mean absolutely nothing. Tomorrow, the sun will rise, the hunger will return, and Kira will step out into the danger zone all over again. Because out here, survival isn't given, it is taken.